Well, hello there, it's Matthew Fleck with Fleckenomics, and let's start by looking at something that's a little bit scary, shall we? Ooh, that hurts. That's actually directly off of a Google search, and it would be of a concern if it wasn't for this. Check it out. Growth. That is gross domestic product. Now, when it was created, the creator of it did mention that it is just one of 11 tools that he was using as a total economic measure. But nonetheless, this has become the gold standard of measurement for economic growth for really many countries. They will peg their debts against it and say our debt is X amount as a ratio to our gross domestic product. They will peg the value of their currency, any currency fluctuations, and correlate them to their fluctuation in gross domestic product. Not uncommon at all. Now, here's the real kicker. The Dow Jones Industrial Average represents 30 stocks. That's it, 30. Out of over 2,000 stocks traded on the United States Stock Exchange, the Dow Jones Industrial Average represents 30. Not 100. And what does that 30 piles of stocks equal out to? Ready for this? $7.5 trillion. Now, when I hear trillion, I think big numbers, and I'm sure you do as well, because most of us don't have $1 trillion laying around. But, and this is cool, the entire United States stock market, $33 trillion. Okay? Now, they say, well, that's still a big chunk of the U.S. stock market. It's somewhere in the ballpark around 20%, right? Well, then you take into account the global stock market, which a lot of us have investments on international mutual funds. That is 44 trillion, okay? So now our little 30 company Dow looks a little smaller. And why is everyone running around chasing the news and becoming victims? Because the news needs people to be scared so that they're scared, and because they're scared, they tune back in to listen to more news. It's a vicious cycle. Well, American households are worth over $100 trillion. So here's the picture. If the stock market goes to zero, the entire stock market, every equity, every pension fund is worthless. The 66% of us that have something invested in the stock market, if all of that goes to zero tomorrow, America still would have $70 trillion in value. So these little ticker symbols, these little movements, they turn the stock market into something that it isn't. It is a place for people to access liquidity to buy and purchase stocks. And stocks are just the claims on the profits and controls of companies. That's it. Are things that bad? No, they're not. As a matter of fact, it's Christmas, so someone needs to go drink some beer and enjoy their holiday. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.